Hello viewers, my name is Anand and I welcome you today to sharing with you the journey of MX Player navigating through media asset management. Amit, would you please tell us a little bit about MX Player, yourself, and how the journey started?
Sure. Thank you so much, Anand. Hi friends, my name is Amit Rajput and I'm heading tech and operations for all MX original series. The journey of MX Player started from being a local video player for all the Android devices to becoming India's fastest growing OTT platform.
Awesome.
Not only that, we are number one in terms of reach and distribution with more than 150 million users, active users on the app.
150 million.
Yeah, 150 million.
Amazing.
And to add one more feather in the cap, we have a huge library of 150,000 hours spread in 11 languages on our platform.
Awesome. So you guys deliver content in about 11 languages.
Yeah.
That must be a very challenging task.
Absolutely.
To manage so much content at such blinding speed. You guys do a lot of originals. So with so many production and content management challenges, what kind of a role do you think a man has to play in such kind of a very complex, fast-moving scenario?
Very good question, Anand. I would say for us, a media asset management is equivalent to an ERP solution for a manufacturing or an industrial unit.
Amazing.
So without a media asset management, running a platform is very hard and cumbersome.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And for us, the role starts from the day we start the production or shooting an original series. So there are a lot of things that goes into it, but I would say that it helps us to connect the dots in terms connecting all the agencies, external agencies, internal departments, sharing content among these agencies, creating a secure tunnel which enable us to control and monitor each asset and content across the ecosystem.
As it moves between these different
Yes.
departments. So
Yes.
MAM is going to create that bridge for you all,
Absolutely.
which is going to connect all these dots. Awesome. Very thoughtful indeed. So how would you describe the challenges which you faced in the absence of a MAM system?
We actually faced a lot of challenges. It will take a lot of time if I get into the details. But to summarize, I would say that without a media asset management, it's more of a people-oriented, workflows than being process-oriented.
Absolutely.
That's a very key factor,
Indeed.
and I would also say that without a media asset management, your workflows are very unstructured, scattered around the place. Things are flying around, duplication of work,
The classic problem of
efficiencies.
unstructured
Yeah,
data.
yeah. And there's a huge problem with the productivity. The efficiency is not there because so many times it's a duplication of work. You do it once, you have to do it 5 times. Why? Because there is no central repository, tracking mechanisms, etc.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, it makes life difficult.
Duplication of efforts definitely is a concern, and data indeed that's a lost space. There's no doubt.
Security has always been a concern, and with our early engagement, we realized that at MX that for security and automation, we need to get it structured and organized ASAP.
Absolutely, completely agree with that. So true, Amit. And I believe this is a situation where most of the OTT players today, where a MAM is missing, these challenges are quite evident now as the volume is increasing.
That's true.
So Amit, how did you all choose the new system? For the benefit of our viewers, I would like to ask on what was your evaluation process, how did you do the study of requirements and all of those things?
Wow, that's an interesting question, Anand. I would say we started off with the basics, which is making an SOW, which consists primarily of identifying the gaps in our workflows, the challenges, the problems that we are facing in our day-to-day operations.
The problem statements, of course.
Yeah, the problem statements, and then went on to what activities or you can say what workflows we wanted to automate. Third point was how to bring all the stakeholders or this ecosystem on the same page, because having duplications and multiple versions across with the external agencies and internal departments was another chaos that we were dealing with. So that was very important question, and security of course was paramount. But apart from all this, we also wanted the media asset management to be well integrated with AWS, because our entire platform
Already on AWS.
is on AWS, right? From CMS
Yep.
to all our functionality. I mean, we run out of AWS.
Out of AWS, indeed. So this system you were looking for had to be in AWS.
Yeah.
With a small server footprint, so
Yeah.
your billing is not very high.
And transparency of billing, please.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any other concerns you had in mind, like simplicity of use or anything else which mattered the most?
Yeah, we did had concerns because so let's be very clear that the asset management is procured by the technical team or the senior team, etc.
Indeed.
But when you deploy it, think of the users who are going to use it. How savvy technically they are, how well do they understand the
Totally
system.
different set of people.
It's a totally different set of people. It's like teaching an old dog new tricks. I mean, there's always resistance.
Always.
Resistance.
So how did you finalize the systems? Did you do POCs? Did you evaluate them? Did you try them in your facilities or AWS?
So what we did our research. We took feedback from our prospective teams. We got into POC stage. We checked out each and every feature, all the parameters based on the problem statements and SOW we created. But of course, last check was also the simplicity of implementing the solution, because everything else will fall flat if the system is too complicated and cannot be used by people who can barely, who are basically on the
Operations
on the ground level. They are not that tech savvy.
And especially outside agencies in the system. So and those are not, of course, not trained as much as you could train internal resources.
Yeah, they are not trained, as well as they do have a lot of resistance also.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Indeed. So how did this all pan out? Like, what is the final solution you guys decided? Tell us a little bit about.
See, we went ahead with EMAM because one, it was like glued with AWS perfectly, which we figured out, and also I would say that it was very easy, because when we took EMAM, all I had to do is for transcoding I started using their Elemental solution, and for deliveries we were using their S3 accelerator, and I didn't have to use anything else.
So no other third parties.
Yeah, so it was so simple that we just spanned out, we tested, we did POCs, and it was like out.
Thanks, Amit. So why don't we talk a little bit about your present workflow today? Because I understand MX is doing phenomenal stuff. You're producing so many series in a month, which is very difficult for any platform to really achieve that numbers. And how is MAM system and your new workflow helping you out in that?
Oh wow, that's one question I was waiting for. That how we are doing with the new workflows and how media asset management is kind of helping us, because I would rather say life is a little better now than before. To start with, when we shoot, we have dailies. So now, whatever dailies we have, it's uploaded and it's ready for review the very next day. So the turnaround time is 24 hours rather than like weeks.
So you don't have to wait for content transfer. You shoot on site. In the evening,
we shoot on site. We kind of put it on cloud, and they all can review and review the dailies on EMAM client agent.
Production team, without moving out of the office or their home, they can actually review it right there and send the comment back.
Yeah.
Wow,
So-
that's a time saver.
Yeah, so it's not just time saver only, but I would say it's a disaster saver also, because a lot of times, you know, things don't go as they are planned, but
Right.
the reporting of that event or incident is so late that all you're trying to do is damage or
Damage
control or whatever. I mean, there is no contribution to it. Like they say, a nick in time saves nine.
Absolutely.
The earlier you come to know, you know, such things, you can improvise or you can do something about it. Not only that, I would say the reviews and previews and approvals, everything, there is a mechanism to it, and all the stakeholders are aware now
Wow.
that what they need to do. So now we go with a better planning, because now we have an automation tool. So
Lovely.
we plan, we show them how it runs. So all the external agencies are aware of our tool. They use our tools, and all the internal departments, even they are aware. So for example, I have one file or one content or anything, any small clip. Let's, for example, the same clip is circulated among all the stakeholders internally and externally.
Wow.
And there is no confusion.
Without duplication,
Without
with full
duplication.
tracking,
Yeah, full track.
and an option to put comments
Yep.
or markers.
I can track, I can control, I can disable the links, I can disable the users,
Awesome.
whatever, wherever. I mean, that's the kind of flexibility and control we have. So makes our life easy.
And I believe S3 today supports secure file transfers, secure links, and you can do that with EMAM, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Brilliant. And can your editors also access the markers which your team creates on EMAM?
Yeah, we can. They access the markers. They download the markers and they just put it on their NLE timelines and that's not it. So
This is amazing. So content really never leaves Amazon. It's there, one copy, which moves around, accessed by multiple parties. Once it is ready, published to again your platform on AWS.
absolutely. And plus the good part is, if there are any versions of creativity, even that is monitored. So we know what was the version 1 and version 5th. Otherwise, we just keep getting confused between what was approved or reviewed. So there are no Chinese whispers kind of. The system is quite rigid in terms of, I mean, I would say system is flexible, but it gives us the opportunity to make certain workflows and kind of give ownership to each and every stakeholder, so that they don't keep changing the goalpost.
Makes sense. Thank you for sharing this. It's actually very enlightening to know how EMAM has empowered the team and the workflows in a fashion to run more timely and well-coordinated projects.
Yeah, I can give you a small example. My director was sitting in some another city, and there was a lot of heavy VFX going in around, and since he had an access, he could remotely see all those VFX.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going
Wow.
on? He actually approved remotely, and he could annotate everything wherever he could see and post his comments
On a frame level?
Yeah, on a
While
frame.
VFX is happening? Wow, isn't that amazing?
That's exactly.
Director doesn't have to travel, he's in a different city, working with somewhere else, and he's coordinating seamlessly.
Yeah. So because once the VFX sequence is done, they make a low-latency proxy, they upload it for approval, and the VFX guy have the access. He can see all the comments posted by the director and all the annotations which is given by the director for that particular sequence.
Amazing. And you do all this on the secure channel?
Yeah.
Through EMAM?
Yep.
Brilliant. Very interesting, Amit. So how did this affect the staff? Of course, they were going from process A to process B. In that duration, did you see any significant improvements, any changes? Were the staff able to really adapt to the new system?
Yeah, the transition is never smooth. Like they say, change is difficult. The problem is, but on the same token, I would say that the change eventually was a blessing for not for us, but for the staff and all the stakeholders who were involved in the process. So earlier there was a lot of resistance, but then they started loving it. They said it solves their
Saves time.
saves time, solves the purpose. I mean, imagine you can view any content you have an access to, which we give you an access to, even on your mobile. I mean, it doesn't matter where in the
Sweet.
world you are.
Sweet.
It's just a link you can open and you can do your entire episode preview on your mobile. That saves you a lot of time, and you can just write all your comments and publish it, and we'll get them.
Wow. So if you were to quantify the production efficiency improvement, what kind of percentage are we looking at?
See, in terms of efficiency from standpoint of tech and operations and the workflows, I would say between 30 to 40%.
Not bad. That's a good number.
Yeah,
Lovely.
that's
And do you see a significant improvement in your shoot to publish processing now?
See, yes, the improvement, I won't say I can quantify the improvement, but yes, now we have goalpost, or you can say we have milestones right from shoot to publish, and everything is built in the automation system.
Awesome. So you can do proper tracking.
Yeah. So right from shoot to publish, everything is tracked, everything is monitored, and everything is logged. So what it makes life easy, and the good part is with the increasing load on the operations and the technical team, we don't have to increase the headcount. The same headcount
Lovely.
is now able to manage that kind
More
of load.
volume.
More volume.
It can't get better.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Saves time and money.
So Amit, through this installation process, all of trainings, setting up, how was your experience with EMAM team like? I'm sure you were dealing with support, implementation, training teams.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
I would say the experience was amazing. Like I said, the change is never easy. But with EMAM support team, it was very encouraging. I mean, yes, of course, you have to do what you have to do. I mean, they shared with us the entire configuration training, manuals, everything. I mean, it was like I had
bases.
tons of knowledge base. I had loads of questions, and and I would trouble them in orders also. I'm sorry for that. But they patiently listened. They answered all our questions.
Awesome.
And MX team could configure everything themselves.
So it gives you a better grip on the system now because you can do the setup yourself?
Absolutely. I think I don't remember last when we reached out to the support team.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty good that it's good to be self-sufficient, and they empower you. The good part is they empower you, and that's exactly what you have to do. It's your operations, it's your system.
Brilliant. Thank you, Amit, for sharing these lovely insights.
Sure.
Are there any other experiences or features about EMAM which you loved, or stories you want to share with the users?
Yeah, the features and configuration. The good part is that it allows you to build your own workflows. I mean, the workflows can differ for an OTT, for a television channel, for a production house, or for a distribution company. The good part is you can pretty much fit everything. It is like a Rolls Royce. I mean, you choose whether you want certain components or you don't want to do it. It just gives you the compartments. You choose which compartment, how you want to link to other.
Brilliant. So the flexibility is what
that
really
is
helps
something.
you out.
So two things I really vouch for EMAM is one, the flexibility and the scalability.
Sweet. So you already have a system which runs in AWS. You practically are running a system with literally no servers in your office, but still intrigues me to ask, what are your future plans? How do you see yourself, in the next few years? What kind of things you see yourself doing with the content?
See, if you frankly ask me, Anand, this is a very interesting time because AI and ML are at its peak. I mean, and if we are not using AI and ML in any automation tool, I think we are
missing out.
Yeah, I mean, you're not using the system to its potential. So like you mentioned it earlier, that EMEM allows us to integrate with AI and ML, and have face recognition and speech recognition. In fact, we are looking now to, I won't say automate, but bring in AI tools for our S&P requirements. So
Makes sense.
Standards and practices.
So you could do compliance with the help of
Exactly,
AI.
because now the compliance is day by day, new set of rules are coming for compliances.
Yep.
So it's not practically possible for two eyes to catch everything. It makes sense that you have your own AI tool which kinds of give you the analytics and saves you a lot of time.
And I believe this is where EMEM's integration with AI systems would come in really handy for you.
Yeah, and in future the point is also to not fully automate the subtitling, but whatever, even if we can, like English to Hindi or certain languages which the AI is capable of capturing, say 70 to 80%, that saves me time. That saves me a lot of time. And sometimes, I won't say how much money it's going to save me, but sometimes that automation helps us to that save your face in crisis.
I know, to get to it faster.
Because see, being in media, the good thing is, it's very dynamic, but at the same time it is it sometimes get chaotic when you're in middle of a launch and the dynamics changes in terms of adding certain audios and videos and certain languages, etc.
Challenges you to the core.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all are in this profession because some or the other way we know it thrills us. Otherwise,
absolutely.
Otherwise, I don't think why will you do this?
Not an easy job. But continuously exciting.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much. Lastly, Amit, for the benefit of our viewers who are probably looking at choosing a MAM system or starting their MAM journey, what would be your suggestions on how should they evaluate, things to consider, how to finalize what solution might suit them?
Oh, that is indeed a very, very, very important question you asked. So, see, I won't say there's a right or a wrong way to go about selection, but I would rather say, start with your problem statement. I mean, the way we started, we actually started analyzing what are the challenges that we are currently facing versus what are the activities, or you can say workflows that you want to automate. That is prima facie. Third, always remember whether you're selecting in whichever media asset management you're selecting, it has to be flexible, it has to have scalability, it has to be an open architecture so that it can integrate with third-party tools. Because right now, you just don't know. I mean, the future, every 6 months we come up with something new tool, and now that tool has to talk to our CMS or a media asset management or etc. I mean, the world is moving so fast.
The only certain thing is uncertainty then, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Amit, for sharing your inputs with us today. And I hope viewers you enjoyed the session. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Anand.